can ask questions of them now.
Okay, I'll ask one. Are you ready to party?
Yes.
Mr. Polodenko, you are from Kiev. Many great musicians have been born in Kiev. You attribute your success in part to where you come from.
Actually, I can say so, and also I attribute, of course, to my teachers, because last 8 years I studied in Moscow Conservatory, and I feel myself also like part of Russian culture, not only Ukrainian. So it's like both countries in one row.
Is Ukrainian your mother tongue or Russian?
Russian.
Russian.
What was the most rewarding part of this experience?
What do you mean?
What of the entire competition, all 3 weeks, what did you enjoy the most?
Competition itself. Practicing, performances, practicing, and rehearsal with orchestra, so it's not very romantic.
Same question to each of you.
Also for me, the excitement for the performances, every time is very different, and every time you have different expectations, and this different feeling I think I enjoyed the most.
Well, I think for me the most enjoyable part was collaborating with all the different musicians, with the string quartet and with Maestro Slacken and the Forward Symphony. It's amazing to work with these great musicians who are they've made it a long time ago, and so it's just really inspiring to work with them.
React, if you will, to the idea that that art is not a sports competition, and yet here you are in a competition. And I know you've heard that question before, and I know you've all dealt with it. So, how do you deal with a competitive art environment?
Should I start?
Sure, please.
I don't know, every time they ask me, do you agree with the Bartok sentence, the competition is for horse? I don't feel a horse, and I think that competitions are somehow one of the main ways for us to have a concert tennis career. And there are, of course, other ways, but competitions can be really for everybody and be successful for everybody. I don't compete very often, but I'm glad that here we have the opportunity to really play many times after the winning of the Cliburn.
In my opinion, competition is very important, just part of our life. Competition in different subjects, different fields, and the music competition is more connected with someone's personality.
Yeah. Well, I've always told people it's kind of like a necessary evil. The evil part is that we have to kind of be in a competitive environment. But especially with a competition like the Cliburn, I don't know how many tens of thousands or 100,000 people I've seen all of us play, and all of the other competitors play. And that is something that we never get. Well, some people might, but we just never get that kind of exposure. And to have a world-class jury hear us play is always really, really great. And, they are also on juries elsewhere. But I think the key really is to think of any competition as a festival, as a sharing of music between all the musicians. And, of course, people get eliminated and all that stuff. But the audience is really there to listen to the music. I mean, there's some sporting, feel to it, but really the main attraction is the music. And if it takes any competitions to get people to come to concerts, then play them.
Yeah, disappointed. You and you three played disappointed that you didn't win gold.
No.
Mr. Kovalenko, how surprised are you, if surprised, that you won gold?
Not disappointed. In my opinion, all 6 finalists done their job. Just a few hours years ago, and who won which prize. It was part of jury's work. So I appreciate this work, and I'm really thankful for this. And I don't think that these ranks are so really important. No, maybe it's kind of fun for audience, but
I'm sorry, you don't sense what?
The ranking.
I don't think the ranks are so important. It's something, for audience, for press or something. It's very interesting to put like a first, second, 10th, and so on. So, but in life, it doesn't have so not so important.
Do you have any concerns about bringing younger audiences in at this point? We really need to do this. Or any ways that you might like to bring in some younger people? Any ideas?
Maybe a little bit. Well, I think one of the ways, I grew up in a public, American public high school education system, and I think really the key is to have music education in schools. And it exists, but it could be much more. And I know encouraging the young artists, whoever are studying piano and taking art or whatever, to get their friends involved. Because I know a lot of my friends who are not in music watch the Cliburn, listen to me play, listen to my friends play, listen to classical music. And it's because they have me as a friend and I expose them to it. And it's really just, kind of, because people don't hate classical music, they just don't understand it. And they're never introduced to it in a correct way too. So I think that's education and encouraging the studying of instruments or art or anything.
Social media, maybe?
Social media definitely helps, and I saw this on piano forums, and I'm sure half of them are teenagers. But and I had friends when I was a teenager who were on these forums, and it's very important. Social media is a little touchy and tricky with all the kind of short bites and all that stuff. It's not conducive exactly for classical music, but any way we can get the word out there, we'll do it.
Yeah.
How does this moment rank for all three of you in terms of your careers to this point?
I keep telling people, if you asked me, when I entered Juilliard undergrad, whether I'd be a medalist at the Cliburn, I would have laughed and left. But so this is kind of a big deal for me.
Will you be entering more competitions, or does this represent
No,
the pinnacle?
maybe you noticed I'm very old.
Yes, you are the senior citizen.
I'm
Yes.
26. Too much.
Ms. Rana?
No, I don't think so. I think this silver medal is enough for a stable concert career.
And first prize in Montreal 2 years ago. So.
Yeah, but
The two best competitions.
but that time I didn't say that it was my last competition. Now it could be very probably be my last competition, for sure.
Mr. Chen?
I think so. It's just, this experience has been really awesome, but kind of the most stressful thing I've ever done in my life. It's just the nature of the beast, and I would be happy to not have to go through it again.
I also.
I agree. I concur.
Any other questions? How will you celebrate this win? With a day off, or by getting to work in repertoire, or calling
Right.
friends?
We were talking about whiskey, but
Rosetta.
yeah.
I appreciate you have a concert soon.
Yeah, I will celebrate 3 days after.
Where?
I will go back to Germany and I will celebrate with my friends.
Okay.
Do you have time to practice for your concert in Italy at all?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I hope I can practice. Yes.
Mr. Kolodenko, the cadenzas and the Mozart, this is an expert question. Do you think this was helpful in your victory?
Not sure. Why you think so? It was cadenzas of my own, but I don't think that it was a key point of success.
Are you thinking of publishing them?
Not yet, it's very tricky to publish, you know.
Did you write them just very recently?
Just in airplane on my way to.
I beg your pardon, you wrote them on the airplane. You wrote them on the airplane here. This is interesting information.
Wow.
Do you write your own cadences for most of the concerti you play?
You know, I try to write cadences for the concerti, for those we don't have unfortunately, either Mozart cadences, either as genius as for example Beethoven cadences for concerto number 20. I don't know Mozart cadences for my concerto, I don't know cadences which I like really. That's why I write.
Okay, we have time for one more question. Anybody's got one? No? All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
The Cliburn is the world release, now concert management contest throughout the whole world for 2 years. What are your expectations?
My expectation is that after these 3 years, I will still have concerts.
Thank you.
All right, thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.